Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Plants vs. Zombies. I'm Nye.
I'm Mako.
And I'm some small species of hamster trapped in a giant bubble.
That's terrifying.
Well, that beats the idea I was going to go with, so...
So for those who have been paying any attention, we have a lot more money than we used to. In fact, I think that last episode we ended with something like 17,000 or some very, very small number. Now
Nice
we have
being
Cash in
87,000.
pocket.
Nye's been grinding like a pepper mill.
Ooh,
Yeah, pretty
my.
Let's go ahead and buy that 10th item slot. There are no more slots. What else do I want to buy right now?
Medical, whatever, walnut first aid.
That's been bought. Now we need to grind up another 30,000. Well, 25,000.
Now, I actually had a question regarding walnut first aid.
Yeah.
That's the one that makes it so you can, when you put down a walnut on top of an existing one, it just replaces it, right?
Right.
Do you get any benefit for doing this? Other than
The walnut
immediate...
doesn't go down. That is the benefit.
So no reduced cooldown time based on existing health?
No.
No, it just means that you don't have to wait for the walnut. You don't have to either dig up or wait for it to die before you replace it.
I think it also, I can't remember, but it might also get rid of ladders and stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure it keeps ladders.
It might. It also doesn't just work on walnuts, it also works on tall nuts and pumpkins. Let's see.
So in short, it's frankly kind of crap.
Trying to remember the exact setup I had for this. We may have to look it up. There's a particular setup that you can do on Last Stand, which is the level that we're on right now, which basically guarantees a win. I'm trying to remember what it is, because it uses everything.
I know it.
You know the one
need-
I was using specifically.
I know it. You need
Oh, right, that's what it is. I need that and that, but I'm missing one. There's another item I need. I'm trying to remember what it is.
You've got the magnet. You've got those.
The marigolds.
Got garlic. 9 slots. Yeah, no, you've got all of it.
Oh, right. We have 10 slots now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna. I mean, we don't use anything else, but we'll toss a spikeweed in there. Okay. So this is how this is designed to work. You play on this level specifically because it allows you to set up your build without having any downsides. Like, you can set up everything. You have 5,000. You have 5,000 sun to play with, which allows you to do quite a lot, actually. And all you do is just set up. You do this very specific setup. So we have the garlic up front, and when zombies eat the garlic, it forces them to go into another lane. Now, because we're playing on this level specifically, because the pool's in the center, this other lane is very specifically either up or down, because they're not allowed to go anywhere else. The next thing we do is we put fume shrooms behind them, and then we wake up the fume shrooms. And what that does for us is that allows us,
a shit fuck of damage.
a shit fuck of damage, that's exactly right, because fume shrooms just don't stop damaging, which is really nice. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing this setup correctly, because I haven't done this in a while.
You need to pumpkin guard your magnet shrooms in the water.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember the exact details to make sure I get everything.
Don't forget to wake them up, too.
I know. By the way, worth noting, especially Trance, in case you didn't know this, gold magnets are not considered to be mushrooms. They do not have to be woken up.
Of note, you also want a magnet or a barricaded something directly above and below the gold shrooms.
I know. I think, if I remember correctly, this setup, it's a marigold.
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
I've
then
also seen it
if I
done
remember
with
correctly,
a...
It's also this and this. I'm trying to remember the exact details. I'm doing this by memory because I haven't done this in about 2 weeks.
I've typically seen that marigold and the pumpkin replaced with a fume shroom just to get even more AoE hate.
It's not needed.
I know.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to do...
I think you want... Yeah.
I think that, and then just toss this down. And I think that's about right. Let's start the onslaught. Let's find out. So, what should happen throughout this entire thing, I shouldn't have to actually do anything here, is that my enemies will eat the garlics, and they'll be forced into an opposing lane, and then they'll just wander through the fume shrooms, which will do ungodly amounts of damage to them, and end of run.
If I remember correctly, you should have theoretically hung on to some sun just so you could replace the garlics when things go pear-shaped.
They get replaced between rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, they last.
Now, the reason why we do 2 garlics instead of 1 is because there will be pole vaulters that will jump over the first garlic. So that's why that's there. We put the magnet shrooms in the center, so that way we can get rid of helmets and things like that, just in case. As well as, we shouldn't have to worry about screen doors, because we're using fume shrooms. Those go through screens.
Yeah, we didn't actually mention that when we were doing the initial thing. Screen doors don't block, like, gases and things, so that's why fume shrooms are so useful.
Yep. And then
They're my favorite weapon. It's actually, now that we are mentioning them, once I got access to the coffee bean, the fume and doom shrooms became standard arsenal for me.
I never had that same feeling. These guys are why we do this. Uh-oh, this is bad. This is bad. Okay, good. He got moved. The crazy one is kind of scaring me right now because he
can't survive the
There he
onslaught.
goes. Still got to be worried about it. So the marigolds just provide money, and the gold shrooms pull money. That's their specific thing. Okay, so the first flag's been done. So all we do is we grab all of our sun, and the only thing we're concerned with is digging up the garlics and replacing them. That's about all we care about. I'm also going to go ahead and wake up this magnet shroom. The 4th one is good. We'll get a little bit less money because the first 2 can also be marigolds. So we get a little bit less money, but we're also a little bit less likely to get killed. The nice thing about this particular strategy, I looked at a lot of strategies. There's a number of them. There's like an entire page on the wiki of different strategies for how to do this. The nice thing about this one, it doesn't pull in money quite as fast as some of the other ones, but it is guaranteed to get you to win last stand. So you survive the entire time. It's also a really good set it and forget it. So once I set this up, I don't have to touch it. You can leave and come back.
You don't have to touch it.
Exactly. The other thing you can do, now this requires you to actually watch it a little bit longer. If you want to put, like, 1 more marigold, you can put 1 more marigold to either side of that final set of fume shrooms. And you can do that by not replacing the garlic quite as quickly. You wait for the garlic to actually expire, which garlics usually last you about 1.5 rounds. So, and you have that second garlic there just in case. And typically the fume shroom will keep itself alive even if it does get attacked by a pole vaulter. So if you're watching carefully and replacing the garlics as soon as they get taken down, you'll save enough sun that you can actually put up a second set of marigolds. But I don't really care that much. What you can also do, which also saves things, is instead of putting up that second, or that third magnet shroom, like I did, you can put another set of marigolds, again, above and below the first set of fume shrooms there, and just pumpkin those instead, and that tends to stay alive pretty well. But we're gonna play it the safe way. You know what? I will put a marigold there and there. If they die, oh well. I didn't lose anything. They probably won't die, though, because I think the fume shrooms kill things before they get that far.
Yeah, that's one of the things fume shrooms are really good at. They're the ultimate massacre shroom.
The problem is, I don't think this strategy works very well on non-pool levels. Because the big deal about this is that you don't have to worry about the central lanes because you only get a very small amount of zombies in there. It's all about the upper and lower lane.
It actually works better on non-pool levels simply because of how the fume shrooms work. They don't give a shit how many zombies are there. The damage is applied to everything.
Yeah.
So, focused or not, it doesn't matter. They don't live.
The other problem is that this takes a very large number of rounds to set up in typical play.
Yeah, this is not a setup for typical play.
Yeah,
ever.
if you're unless you're playing endless, this isn't going to work. And on endless, you got better things to worry about. So we'll continue doing through this. But yeah, this is, I did this for about a day to get all that money really, really quickly. You could probably get the money other ways. I just decided to do this because it meant I could go and do other things. So that's why we have 2 sets of jack-o'-lanterns. Those dolphins right there, because they would have just wrecked my back line and I would have lost. So, you know, no more dolphins. That lower garlic is starting to see better days. Let's go ahead and replace him. So now what we have is a really good setup that I can now start placing pumpkins around these guys. And that'll keep them alive just in case something stupid happens. But we're on wave 4. So, no big deal. This is the second to last wave in the first place. I will say, I have this real love for the look on the face of the zombies that eat the garlic. I don't know why, but that art cracks me up.
Yeah.
It looks it reminds me of Calvin and Hobbes. Because I think I remember there was a certain comic that had Hobbes with that exact same look on his face.
I think you're correct.
I think it's one where he was trying to eat Calvin, and Calvin hadn't bathed in several days or something like that.
Yep, I've got the exact one.
Yep.
Well, I've got all of them, but, you know.
Yeah, well, so do I. But it was that exact same look on his face, and that just cracks me up. Oh, it's so good. And everything dies. We have a grinder here, Trains. Unfortunately, there's no way to make this go permanently. Because as soon as you hit the, as soon as you get your last flag, which is going to be the next round, you're done. That said, if you take a look at how much money I've been making over the course of this, you get, like, we started with 5,000. We are on round 4, ending it now. We have made 5,000. You only get the, I believe you only get the jewel reward once for beating it, but that's another 2,000 that you get just for winning. So it makes money pretty well. Apparently the best ones, which are, I don't know if this is necessarily the best setup, but the best setups can get you up to 8,000 per run.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to get money and you don't want to be zen gardening for the rest of your life, that's a way to do it. Okay, I'm going to set some more marigolds because we're done.
On a completely different subject, I just got invaded in Dark Souls 2. Note, my current character is naked and dual-wielding Cestai. I tore the invader apart.
You just donkey punched him all day long?
I beat the shit out of him. The thing with the Cestus in Dark Souls 2 is it deals great poise damage, and it hits fast, plus it scales beautifully.
So you knocked them down, and then you kick the shit out of them?
No, I punched their face until it was kind of concave-like.
Yay?
Well, considering he was an invader and he was here to kill me, and when I bowed, he got in a free stab. Yeah, I don't feel bad about schooling him.
I wouldn't feel bad. Yeah, if you get attacked while you're bowing, that's dick moves there.
Fight with honor, fight with dignity, and then punch his balls off. Just clean off.
I will say I kind of appreciate the whole the community and the culture that builds around some of these games. There's nothing in the game that says when you get invaded you bow, but people do it. It just grew, and people learned that you bow when you get invaded or when you invade.
Point of order? Bowing shows you are willing to fight with honor.
Yeah, but who
I
said
would
that?
not Estus in a fight like that.
Who said that? Who told
It's a
you
traditional
that?
sign. Everyone knows you. Well,
Yes, this is the point. Like, who's
That is
everyone?
the point. Who told you that?
I don't know. It just seems like the honorable thing to do.
Right. But that's the thing.
Yeah,
if you
you're
and
right.
let's say that you and I are playing freaking, I don't know, Call of Duty. I don't type /bow at you when you and I first start fighting. We just fight. When we play, if you and I go and play Titanfall, which is a game I've been playing a lot recently, it is kind of universally accepted by the, well, not universally. It is accepted by the majority of people that the auto gun, the auto pistol, is training wheels, and if you're using it for a long time, you're crappy. It's kind of accepted that way. No one tells you this. You just learn it. It just happens. And all of a sudden you have this, like, osmosis of knowledge. I should do this strategy, and I should do these things in this situation. No one will ever tell you.
Well, with Dark Souls, it's... The way I look at it, like... I'm a member of 2 covenants, typically. I'm either a Sunbro or a member of the Bell Ringer squad, the Ringers Brigade. Note, that's not the normal Bell Ringers covenant. Normal Bell Bros, their job is quite simple. Murder invaders. Anyone who threatens the Bell must die. I am a little different. I wear the Covenant ring, but I do not kill the people who I invade. I fend off the people trying to kill them. It's the complete opposite of what this Covenant is intended for, but that's one of the beautiful things about Dark Souls. There's all kinds of ways to play. I've known people who... Like, have you heard of the Trollomancers?
No.
These are pyromancers who use the warmth spell on a specific boss to make it unbeatable.
I'm reminded vaguely of a story long ago. It was basically a bunch of players. It wasn't. It was one very specific guy. He got himself a set of armor. And
Giant Dad?
No. He got himself a set of armor, and the thing about this particular set of armor is that it makes you look exactly like the monsters in the area.
Ah, yes. I think I linked you that.
You might have been you. I know at least one person who's tried it. And just see what happens when they do that, because...
Of note, sorry for interrupting, just a thing to note, he didn't just dress like the monster. He had designed his character to look as much like it as possible. Same height, same stance, same everything. Wielded its weapon, killed it, and stood in the exact spot that it stands.
You have to give props to that kind of creativity.
No, you don't. That's dickish.
It's Dark Souls. Duh. I think
that's another one of those culture things that, like, apparently you get and I don't. Apparently in Dark Souls, it's acceptable to be a dick.
Yes. Well, no. It's not acceptable. That's the wrong word. Saying it's acceptable... Yes. There you go. It's expected. Like, I don't red bro. I've never been a strawberry. But on the counterpoint, I'm not planning on being a blueberry either.
I haven't a clue what the hell you're talking about.
Red phantoms and blue phantoms. Red phantoms are people who invade the worlds of others to murder them. Blue phantoms are people who can invade the worlds of people that are currently being invaded by red phantoms, and who are there strictly to kill the red phantom. Of note, blue phantoms have a much higher soul range that they can get to. It's easy... I'm wording this badly. If I'm not mistaken, a blue phantom can vastly outlevel the red phantom he's invading, even when it's not New Game Plus.
I can think of a term to explain it, but unfortunately, no one except I think maybe the half dozen people who played the game would get the reference.
Go ahead and try, anyways.
PKs and PKKs.
Yep, that makes complete sense.
Yeah, the Covenant or the Blue are PKKs. Fuck, I could probably pull off a decent Haseo style. Come to think of it, I mean, some of the belty leather.
Yeah,
I could do that. All the weapons he uses are in the game. Scythes. Scythes are fucking great. They're called Reapers. Aren't they called Reapers in .hack too? Come to think of it.
Depends. I think that's the kind of class you end up.
Right.
Haseo
Reapers are the ones who wield them.
Yeah, well, Haseo is special in that regard anyway, so...
Well, he's an adept rogue. That's kind of their thing. He uses dual daggers, which is a fantastic build. in Dark Souls, great swords, and yeah, you could totally pull off a PKK Haseo design in Dark Souls 2. Which, by the way, is another thing that I absolutely love about the Dark Souls series, and I really want Nye to Let's Play at least the first one, is because of the sheer ability to do anything. Like, a while ago, I had seen a fucking hilarious
the game
video.
is punishing me?
Have
you been paying attention? I've been getting rid of almost all of the graves, and the game was punishing me for it.
I had to switch to another window because it was pinging me. What exactly is it doing to you?
So I was playing Whack-A-Zombie, and I was playing so efficiently that I had almost grave-eaten every grave spawner. So what the game started doing is spawning all of the zombies out of the 3 graves I had left, so I had no time to finish doing what I was doing because I was rapidly trying to hit things so I didn't lose.
Yes.
Folks, we will see you next time as we continue our way through the minigame world. See you soon.
Later, viewers. And remember, praise the sun. Praise it